Ladies and gentlemen, what's the word? It's your boy Jay. It's a podcast created for all passion and your entertainment.
Yes, sir.
I got a few people here with me today, man. I got my co-host with me.
What's going on, everybody? It's Drew here.
It's Jarnisha. Hey, guys.
And then we got two special guests here today. We also got a returning guest.
It's your boy Key, last supper.
And none other than Zoey herself.
Yes.
Zoey the scammer.
Oh, man.
So let's start it off right. First of all, for the people who don't know who you are, let them know who you are. Who is Zoey?
Hey, first of all, we appreciate you for coming.
Yes.
Definitely.
Thank
Oh,
you,
sweetie.
sweetie.
Oh, yes. You're welcome.
You're funny. You're
Finally, day off.
So I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. Even though there's a lot of hiccups, you feel me? But we here. We here now. This is what it's about, right? We here.
Well, what was the question? My
Tell
name?
us about yourself. Your name, you know,
Who
let's
are
get you.
you?
Who are you?
A little bit
Who's
of-
Zoey?
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Other
Well,
than being a scammer, what else?
my name is Zoe. That's not my real name. That's my stage name from my show Juicy the Series. My character got so popular that people started calling me Zoe, so I just ran with it. I'm an author, director, screenwriter. I go to work too.
Nice.
I'm in school for nursing. It's my second degree. It's not the first go around. And I don't know. When people ask me like who I am, I really don't know what to say. It's like I don't know myself.
That was you.
I know.
You summed it up. That's about right.
I tried.
And you're doing all of this at the same
That's what
time.
I was about to
Yeah,
do that.
at the same time.
Man, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
How do you
Hey,
rent?
if anybody is.
Is there any such thing as rest? Because I'm a girl. You just said this is nap time, honey. 'Cause this will be my nap time too.
Yeah, well, today usually is my only day off.
Yo, except, yo, man.
But yeah, that's it. I don't really, this is my
You
nap
gotta set me
time.
up? Alright.
Time. Pretty
Sometimes,
serious.
yeah, very serious.
Very
Yeah,
serious.
my phone's on do not disturb. My ringtone's usually off. I just nap and stuff.
As you should. That's a lot to do with one
So
one person in all of these different fields.
Mhm.
How do you
Work
balance it
themselves.
out with work and living in the public eye, but also living your private life? How do you balance all that out?
I mean, I really don't live in the public eye, really. I don't.
You get recognized though from the show.
Oh yeah, all the time.
That's-
But I don't know. I don't consider it that way. I don't know. Ask the question again.
All right, let me sum it up. So how do you feel when people recognize you for the show Juicy? How do you feel?
Oh, it's always crazy. I almost got hit by a car one time on Cortona. This guy was driving, and I'm walking because I go to the gym over there. Sometimes it's not my main gym though, so I'm like, I like to try the different gym.
Right.
I'm going over there, somebody hears curse. I'm like, all right, what the hell? Make sure, And they're like, yo, Zoe, yo, keep doing your thing. Yo, I'm like, what the hell?
That's fire.
But it's fun. I think it's cool when people like recognize me. I think it's really fun.
That's dope.
How did you start Juicy? How did you start the show?
Well, initially, I had graduated college and I was gonna go to law school. But it was so stressful, So my dad was like, "Oh, like when you have like the gap years,
Mm-hmm.
So it was like my gap year. My dad was like, we were shooting music videos, and then he was like, "Oh, write a little short film." So I'm like, "Okay." So I wrote Troubles, and then after Troubles, I did a full length movie, which was in the movie theaters, Gang Gang Gang. And then once Gang 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 got popular, everybody was like, "Yo, you gotta do something with girls, do something with girls." I'm like, no, because these girls have too much attitude. I don't want to do that. And then they were like, "Oh, do a web series." So I'm like, just to shut everybody up, I'll just do a web series with girls. And then, lo and behold, I'm at my ex-boyfriend's house he was my boyfriend at the time. I'm at his house, he's cooking, I'm watching TV, and Juice came on. I'm like, this is my show, this is my movie. Then I thought to myself, like, yeah, that's where the
That was a
idea
good
came.
run off.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it too, though. That it was like based off the woman right there at the beginning with that. It was fire. The four of y'all, who was it?
It was-
Ray, Bella.
Wow, you actually know the names?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
come on.
Come on, man.
Oh, nobody really even knows Ray. That's interesting.
I was just saying it though. I was
She
actually
changed
like, whoa. I feel like Ray was just dead.
She was.
That's why I didn't mind when she died. It didn't bother me as much when she died.
I mean,
No disrespect. No, I don't disrespect. But it did. Like when Dawn died, I was
It was
bothered.
like, yo, like,
It's like damn, Zoe.
I mean that whole scene
Mm-hmm.
when you come out from behind is just like I didn't expect that either.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt like something was coming, but I didn't know it was gonna be you.
You know what's crazy? She did not know that was going to happen that day either. Because what a lot of people don't know is like sometimes like when we have characters like people get into it. They get serious and people call me Zoe and they call her Zon or whatever. People get really into their characters. So they don't want to get killed off. They don't want to die. I can't make it. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. Da, 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 da. So sometimes you got to just lie. Like, oh, here's the script. So I wrote half the script, chopped it, and sent it to her. So when we were doing the scene, she's like, oh, Zoe, where's the rest of the lines? Like, well, what happens next? I'm like, oh, I kill you. And she looked so upset. I was like, oh. But I was chasing her around for weeks. I'm like, girl, we got to get this scene done. Like, so, yeah, whatever.
Hey, man, it worked out, though.
Yeah, exactly.
What made you come about, like, even writing scripts? Like, is it something you've been doing, or you just, like, picked up something to do?
Well, I used to, like, write little, like, stories and stuff, like, in, like, middle school and stuff. But the writing of the script thing just came about when my dad told me to do the short film.
And what's that process like for you? Like, you just write a whole thing, or you got your cast, then you started a script, and then you go on, or is it already, like, all done?
Well, it depends, because Trouble, my very first one, I wrote a script. I just wrote most of it, and then I had to find the people. And that's back when I only had, like, 12,000 followers. So people was not really, into it. Like, oh, she not nobody, whatever. So I just used my neighborhood friends. But now that I have people, like for instance, season 7 right now, I'm writing the whole season top to bottom. Just like last season, I'm writing it top to bottom again because, I don't have time to waste.
I heard you got some new faces in season 7.
Maybe not.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, Mom.
It's my nap day. Jesus.
Now, so you talked about Trouble, right? So, can we get a list of the other things you've done so far? Because I know you got the detective show as well, right?
Oh, Bishop
right?
James?
Bishop, yeah, that's a spin-off,
Oh,
right?
yes, I can start from the top. So we have the first group, that's Troubles 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Then Gang, 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 which was a full-length movie.
Okay.
Then 12, which is another full-length movie. And then, I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, and then Juicy, which is all 6 seasons. And then the first spin-off, which is Bishop Cheney. And then now I have a new movie called Waymore Place.
Yeah, I'm about to say you missing out. Yeah, Waymore Place. Let's talk about that. What's that about?
Waymore Place is my favorite project right now.
Favorite?
Initially, Juicy was my favorite, but I feel like Waymore Place is my favorite right now because I don't know if you've noticed, like on Tubi, like it's a lot of like black movies going on there now, like a lot of black movies, and a lot of them are like Abortion 2 and He Killed My Mom, so I cheated on him. It's just really crazy, So for me, I just feel like if I'm an artist and I want to put stuff out in the world, I want to put positivity into the world. And I feel like, Juicy is good, but a lot of people are missing the messages in Juicy. Like, there's so many messages in Juicy and people are not even picking them up. So I feel like with Waymore Place, it's right here in your face. If you miss the message, you just don't have a brain. So that's why this is my favorite, because I feel like it has a good message and it makes me feel good.
So I heard you do books.
Books, right? I do. Yeah, I do have some books.
And what inspired you to write your books?
We're gonna get a close up on those too.
You can look at them. Well, I always wanted to write a book, but this is very petty.
Baddies on a budget.
All the girls love that one. Yeah, all the girls love that.
How you go?
So, it's a very petty reason why I started. But I always wanted to write books, though. But after season 1, we kind of had a debacle with, the cast. And some of the girls were beefing with other girls. And other girls were, beefing with me. And I'm like, I don't know who they think they are. I'm not just an actor. I wrote this whole show. And at the time, I was filming the whole show. I'm like, I don't know who these girls think they are, but they're not me. So then I said, let me just write a book real quick. And that's why I wrote my first book.
Which one was your
first one?
This one is the first one. Bad Decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my very first book.
You wrote about an ex?
No, it's fake. All these books are fictitious.
So you don't relate. You don't relate to none of the things that you read so far. I mean, not gonna say relate. Have you went through any of the things?
No, of course not.
No.
But,
would you ever write from your
me personally, no. I'm a very private person. That's why when he asked the question before, I'm like, I'm gonna be putting my information out there. I would, I would never want anyone to be like, oh, I know her, unless they know me. So no.
Okay.
What is the writing process like? If you writing a book,
Well, you know what? I want to take these two for example. This is Bad Decisions, and this is Secrets of the Great Coven. This is my most recent book, and it's $15 on Amazon. Bad Decisions took a long time to write because I did not know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know, how to, like, format a book, how to write a book. I was just out here winging it, you know?
Right.
Whereas this book, this only took me 14 days to write. This is my favorite book. Well, I'm lying.
Okay.
This is I don't know, all my books are my favorite, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would be this one. It only took me 14 days because I outlined the entire book, all the chapters, what I wanted in the chapters, how the book is going to end, what are going to be, like, the crazy parts, and I got it done.
In 2 weeks? I can't fucking write a college essay in 3 weeks and shit, it be due soon.
Yeah, she moving like the female 50.
And what's crazy?
You know what I'm
Gangster.
saying?
Gangster.
Acting. And
What's crazy is it was a challenge. It was a 30-day challenge, and it was like some group. I'm like, okay, but I made it. To make it fun for me, I made it 14 days.
And you accomplished it.
Oh yeah, my favorite.
right.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, you ever like thought of or have like wrote scripts with other writers
No,
at all?
and no.
You wouldn't either?
My father and I, we collaborated on a movie one time, and it didn't really work out well because I feel like he had a script, I had a script, and we just put it into the same movie, and I don't know, it just.
They should have started from scratch a little bit, like
Or-
instead of combining, because sometimes that's more complicated.
Yes, the
than,
combination of the scripts was
Yeah.
just unruly.
They didn't.
Still, people enjoy the movie though, but like we spoke about it recently. It was just like, what's going on? But
And you prefer to do movies or web series, shows? What do you prefer?
I don't know. Now after doing Waymore plays, we shot that movie in about like a week, and then like some extra days sporadically. So maybe I would say like 2.5 weeks. But I would say a movie is so much easier. Oh my god, like so much easier. Like when it comes to a web series, like first of all with Juicy, we have at least over 300 people in it. Not at one given time, but overall.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people and a lot of schedules. Whereas with the movie, I made that schedule top to bottom. Can you make these days? If you can't, you're not in the movie. Thanks.
Straight
Whereas
to the point,
Juicy, people be late, or they, I'm sick. Oh, I don't have a ride. Da, 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 da. So I mean,
You gotta stop running late, bro.
Juicy being done then versus now, what have you noticed in yourself? How have you grown?
I think I'm more mature, and I think my patience is just a little thicker, just a tad bit. And I work, and I've definitely changed like my attitude, because I was definitely so annoyed. Well, I'm still annoyed, yeah, but it was definitely harder back then, and I was definitely more rude back then. Whereas now I'm like, okay, sure. Even though you knew that we were shooting at 12 and you just woke up, okay, don't worry about it. So I've developed that.
Is there a piece of advice that kind of stuck with you that anybody gave you
No.
towards you? No? Nothing?
No.
Towards acting, towards writing the book, nothing?
Nobody's ever given me no advice. No.
Or words of encouragement.
Just said
It doesn't have to be advice, negative or positive, but something that made you say, deadass? That's how you feel?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay,
Always
everybody
right.
knows
I don't
that.
need advice.
I mean, I'm just saying, why, my parents, that's the only people I care about their opinion. Other people, I don't like this, I don't care. I don't care. As long as my parents are happy, as long as my parents are proud, I don't care if the world is ending or the sky is falling. It doesn't matter. Why do I need other people to confirm what I already know? That's just me, though.
It's a gym.
Not judging
You the only
anybody
kid?
else. Yeah. I'm only child, yeah.
How's that? For you?
I would think so. Something I was just
That's
thinking the
why
other
you
day.
need to. If you say 12, 12, right?
I'm just saying, I was just telling my friend, I was like, when I have kids, I want to have at least 2 or 3, because me being the only child has really developed my sense of, that's not my problem,
No.
and
It'll calm you down a little bit, but he's like, all right.
it won't, because right is right and wrong is wrong.
Hey.
But,
Hey.
yes.
So, alright, with writing your scripts, putting together your characters, how do you go about picking the people you want to play the role?
Honestly, it's all about a look. I always tell people, once you have that look, it's it. It doesn't matter if you're good or not, because anybody can be molded or shaped. Well, 70% of people.
Mhm.
Some people just not good.
Yeah, some people-
But once you have that look, it's all about building you and
Right.
directing you. So I usually pick people based on looks, voice quality, speech patterns.
Right.
You know, I can't have somebody stuttering or, you know, someone that cannot pronounce words correctly. So that's really it though. It's not really a hard thing.
And you guys started, or you started on what platform? Like when you were first
Oh,
dropping
YouTube.
thing on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
That's the. But how was it like fast, or was it like a couple hundreds watching at first, then the number? Like how were the numbers progressing?
Initially, you know, again, I'm from like a very small town. Like the population right now maybe is 30,000. You know, so when I first started doing like Juicy, we were getting like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. That was great.
Right, yeah,
You know
right.
that's high. You know that's high for me. I don't know about y'all, but that's high for me. So
Especially
then-
starting out. hell yeah.
yeah, and then consistency, telling people keep watching, da da da. Like me, one thing I don't know. Well, you have me on Instagram.
Yeah.
One thing about me, I'm gonna keep posting until you get so tired of me, you're gonna either click it or unfollow, and I'm cool with that. Either or.
Either or.
You know?
Exactly what I
And, and that's how it went from 20,000 views to 80 to 100. You know?
Did you expect that it was gonna get to where you are now? From when you
Oh
first
no,
started?
because I no.
You was just winging it.
Yeah, I was just having a
She
time.
Dad gave her an idea and she flew with it.
Yeah, I was just having a time.
You went from that to now you about to have a screenplay.
This is my third one though.
This is
Waymore,
third
yeah.
screenplay.
This is my
So
third
you've done a
one premiere.
screenplay for each movie
Yeah,
you've done, right?
we
That's
just haven't
nice.
done a movie in such a long time because Juicy, Juicy's time consuming. People want it when they want it, so you can't let's
Let
not
me
do
switch
it.
something
Yeah.
up.
And, that's what I'm doing right now, and I kind of am sad, because right now it's not really Juicy season. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I know, I'm sorry,
But give them the date when the purchase tickets from all of that too for the
Oh
screenplay.
the movie premiere is Saturday, January 27th at 12:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. sharp. The tickets are $20. You can get them on Eventbrite by typing in Waymore Plays movie screening,
Yes,
or
I'll
click the
be
link in
there.
my bio.
I
To the
see.
movie theater, big screen, nice seats.
You still got some fans complaining about the price?
What's so interesting? Yes, and I'm not even gonna. One of the cast members was like, "Oh, you don't think $20 is fake tough?" And I said,
20 is
"What does that even mean?"
Niggas about weed for
You
$20.
pay 20 to get in a spot sometimes. You tell us
Literally.
fake tough.
You can't get a drink for. I mean, yes, you can. But I'm just saying. I be
That's
seeing
when you get
people.
one drink with
I've seen
That's
people.
it.
That's
The rest
it.
of
Nothing
it.
else. I was hating on my friend the other day, and he spent like $200 on weed. So it's just like y'all complaining about $20.
Yeah, at that point.
At the end of the day, like I always say, which people may or may not agree with, I don't care what anybody thinks. I care about what I think, and that's it. If you really want to do something, you're gonna do it. I care about what I think, and that's it. If you really want to do something, you're gonna do it. Remember back in the day when we were kids, we had to figure stuff out. Like, how am I gonna sneak out? You're gonna figure it
found a
out.
way, yeah.
You
You
wanna
found
know,
a
you
way,
wanna,
yeah.
And I really don't think $20 is expensive, but I did make a discount code for 10, for 10 people, little $5 off, if it's necessary. 'Cause I'm not judging people. Maybe people don't have jobs, so I'm not, But I feel like $20 is cheap.
So
No job at that big age is tough. I'll tell you that. Word.
You never know.
you said you don't care about what people think, so I'm guessing you don't let the negative comments on whether it's a movie or show or whatever you're doing, you don't let that affect you. Right?
No, and you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
imagine. I've always been kind of popular on Instagram anyway, so you could imagine I'm used to people saying stuff. Oh, your sideburns, why your sideburns come down so far? Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm used to it. And the thing, I always tell my dad, is self-awareness is key. If you know yourself, it doesn't matter what anybody else says about you. I know my sideburns come down my chin, and I be cutting them. I know that. But that's okay. Next. So you just gotta you gotta be confident in yourself, and the moment you let other people define you, you lost yourself. So.
And then even after when you guys were rolling on YouTube, was that like the goal, or was it like, nah, let's try to get somewhere else on another platform? What was the goal?
Well, ironically, I really didn't have a goal. It was just like building a brand. It was fun to me. At that point, I'm like, when I first started Juicy, I didn't have a job because I had just graduated college and I was trying to figure it out. So I didn't even have a job anyway. I'm like, well, this is fun. This is something I enjoy doing. So let me just keep doing it. I really didn't have any goal. I know my dad, of course, he had goals and he saw it miles before I saw it, but I didn't have any goals back then.
Okay, and then how the Tubi thing came about, like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's so random. Ironically, so random. My friend, I was in another series called Blood on the Streets from Brooklyn. I think Young and May was in there. Yeah, I was on that, and my friend called me one day, and he was like, "Yo, yes, hello, what?" He's like, "Oh, you want to be on Tubi?" I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" He's like, "Oh, it's where they put all the movies now, da da da." I'm like, "Okay, let me ask my dad." But I'm like, "Yeah, sure, get the guy my number." So I call my dad, I'm like, "Dad, you know what Tubi is?" He's like, "I heard of it, but I don't know." So then I asked my friend, Bima, she's like, "Girl, all the movies are on there. What you mean?" So I'm like, "What?" So I downloaded it. I'm like, "Oh, they got a whole bunch of movies on here." So the guy called me, and we were talking about. He was basically telling me, like the process, or how long it takes, and that there's like a lot more views on Tubi as opposed to YouTube, because Tubi is strictly for movies, whereas YouTube is for any and everything. And then here we are. And I gave him troubles. That was before I gave him season 5 of Juicy.
Just to watch.
I know, right? But I didn't know because I didn't.
Because everybody's on Tubi, and everybody as far as I know, people I know that I went to school with that like Juicy, or has even been in an episode or two.
Oh,
so you feel
yeah.
me? Yeah, so that's dope.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one thing that I fuck with the show that I think it's being from here, that we've been like, yo, I was just there the other day. Like, I was just there 2 hours ago.
Like location?
Yeah, like you never seen
that's
it. Like,
cool.
yo, we
Just
was
open it
just
up, right?
there. Like,
That's cool.
I think that's one of the funny things about the show as well. That shit is pretty dope.
I like that.
Yes, yep. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. As a black female, right? What inspired you to make sure you pick the right people for your first casting for Juicy, right? Like you said, you watched the movie Juice, and then was like, "Oh shit, let me do it with the women," and then give them kind of that theme. How did you know you wanted those first 3? Because you are one of the.
Well, I didn't. What happened? I did the movie Gang Gang Gang, and I had met some girls. Cause remember, I'm not from New York City, so I know people down here, but. I'm from like upstate New York, like past Woodbury Commons.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that you say you're not from New York and said upstate New York, I like that.
It's
I
true.
love that. I fucking love that. I fucking love
Come on
that.
now, let's be for real.
I
right?
love that.
Let's be for real here.
Go ahead, man. Because people be like,
Let's be for
I'm
real.
from New York. You start asking them where at, and they start saying shit you don't know.
Right. That's normally the first
They start saying shit you don't know. They talk about it like, that's in New York.
I knew a couple of girls. Like I went to college in like South Jersey, so I knew some of those girls that lived like in New York City. But I'm like, I didn't know. So after I did the movie Gang Gang Gang, then some of the girls that were in there, I'm like, oh, you guys could be in Juicy. So I picked one, the Dawn character, because my friend Cisco that I was cool with at the time, he had passed away. But he had asked me like, oh yeah, my homegirl, she really trying to do what she's trying to do. So I'm like, damn, he died. I really gotta do this. That's messed up. You gotta, So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have her be in it. And then her friend, which was the Ray character, she was in it. And then I don't even know how I picked the girl Bella, because it was supposed to be a rapper named Yoli, but we had gotten to like a little discrepancy, and she quit the show. And I went to a casting for another movie just because. And I met some girl, and she didn't get picked for the other show, and she looked really sad. So I'm like, man, it don't matter if they pick you, because you could be in my show. She's like, for real? And then there we are. That's how I got Bella.
Okay.
Bella character was tough too.
People didn't like Bella,
Nah,
but
because it was a little like. It was because
At first I didn't either. And then I was like,
talking about I want to quit. She talking about she want to quit. Like,
Yeah, she was the only one trying to.
I ghost like
I understand. Let me tell you why it was cute, and I like Bella, because I'm Bella. I'm not gonna run though if my fucking friend gets shot.
That's
Sorry.
that shit really that was messed up.
But I'm Bella. Like, I want what I want. Like you said, I know what I want. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be good at it. Nobody's gonna tell me nothing.
Right.
She believed in that studio.
One song, but yeah.
It's the same, Sometimes you gotta make that one song last forever.
Yeah.
But she stayed there and she was like, fuck, it wasn't supposed to go this far. Like, this is not what we thought as your best friend. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? So I like that.
I like that just because I feel like every character, like somebody can relate to them. Somebody can, like, I'm your neighborhood scammer. Everybody knows me. You know, like, and then Don, you got those shiesty girls that set guys up. We all know one of those. Yeah. You know, and then Bella, the scary one, but she's a nice person, but that's still your friend. And then Ray didn't really have many characteristics, but she was down with the crew. Period. So anybody can relate.
It gave me a little set it off.
Oh yeah,
a little bit. Like the younger generation, like this is the hood. This is how we doing it.
Interesting.
I said, oh, okay.
I like that.
So we had Mo here, right? He was on the show.
He beat me to it.
All right, so he was here, right?
Who's that?
Do you want to ask the question or?
I was lost right now.
Mr. Sky High, the Instagram
officially. Yeah.
Instagram comedian.
He was on Juicy.
Oh yes,
but then he did mention that he didn't like the role that he felt like he wasn't able to be himself in the character that he had. I don't want to misquote him though, which we can pull it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Because I did Juicy series, and the skit the part that she had me in was like I don't really feel like it fit my character.
Who you are?
Yeah, exactly who I'm presenting to.
How do you feel about like when you're picking the characters? Do you get certain pushbacks from certain people and you have to persuade them to do the role, or is it like you see an image for them and you just?
For me, I feel like people not gonna like this. I don't care. I feel like people need to stop classifying themselves as things that they are not. If you're an actor, act. If you want to act, That's it. Like, I'm not bargaining with you for anything. That's unnecessary. Because there's a million people out there that want to do what you want to do right now.
Facts.
And I feel like for me, like I said, when I pick people based on their looks. I could not be Dawn. I don't even have a mean face. Like, look. I'm trying, and it doesn't work. You gotta pick people.
That is so
That's a fact.
true.
That's
No, Dawn does have a mean face though. Like,
You can tell, like, she might tell she might rob me. She just might rob me, bro.
And you need people that can fill certain roles. So when I saw his interview, first of all, I rolled my eyes because he's a great person, But it's like when you're acting, you shouldn't be being yourself either. I'm not a scammer, but I know how to manipulate people, obviously, and things like that. So sometimes you have to be yourself within another role, and when when you are your authentic self, that brings the role out even more, And I felt like the role that he did was number one, attached to me, and I'm a main character. And number two, people always love and remember the people that get robbed and the people that get scammed. So if you're getting robbed or you're getting scammed. So, and I thought that was, good for him, So, I mean, I'm sorry that he didn't like it.
Did he express that to you before coming on here? Or?
First of all, he didn't express that. I don't even want to... Let's keep professional.
No, that's how we hear. That's because we want to, we want the tea.
We
want to hear for the tea. That's why I asked. I want the tea. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay. Because he didn't discuss that with me. Right. And if he would have, then we could have discussed giving him a bigger role. Because, like I tell people all the time, I'm the writer. If you want to do a backflip off the roof, let me know. Whatever. So I feel like he didn't tell me that. So then to see it in the interview is like, what do you say? And then at that time of the interview, anyway, I had him blocked. So for you to even be referencing me I was annoyed a little bit. But him and I had a discrepancy just over like professionalism. So that's why that bothered me a little bit more, because he didn't express that to me. Right. And then previously for another show, he wasn't communicating effectively. So that's why I didn't really care for that.
That kind of like drew the line for. Okay.
I saw him recently. We didn't squash the beat, but I said hello, and he gave me a hug.
So it's all good, though. It's just...
sometimes...
It's just, with art, it gets like that. When you're working on certain things, right? It gets like that.
People passionate behind their work.
That's it.
But I feel like... But see, the issue is how I said with the other show that he wasn't communicating effectively. That's the same instance here with... He could have communicated that to me. He could have had a way bigger role or a way different role. Mm-hmm. One of my close friends... Well, that's ridiculous. One of my old friends,
close friends. Erica is crazy. I love it.
we were friends, and he was in Juicy. He was in Troubles. He was in Juicy, you know, and he kept asking me, Zoe, I want a bigger role. Well, Key, right? That's what he goes. Key, I want a bigger role. I want a bigger role. I'm like, okay, but I don't have anything for you right now. Don't you know that man stopped talking to me? Like, I seen him in a spot, and he looked at me and kept walking.
Man, since season 2, I've been trying to get on this show. We in season 7. You just gotta keep pushing, my brother. You just gonna get your time. You just gotta keep pushing, my brother.
Oh my God, I'm just saying. So you know, I see that, but see, in his instance now, like I'm not even like all jokes aside. Like I really do feel bad because I could have given him a bigger role. But I wasn't thinking about it that way. Like he was one of the Instagram comedians that's number one funny actually, and was funny enough to go on like what's that thing called? Like stand up.
Okay.
There's not too many Instagram comedians that can do stand up and are still funny on the internet. So, you know, I do feel bad. Like, man, I really could have probably gave him something. But at that time, Juicy was only about the girls. Right. So I couldn't really make something that big. It was just about us, you know. Either way, he hates me, but, you know.
Is there, do you have a favorite cast member or a favorite one of your actors that you like working with most on camera?
I think it's Beamer, but shout out to Beamer though.
Yeah, shout out to Beamer. She's also in Waymore Place. She's doing a phenomenal job in Waymore Place. Who do I enjoy working with the most?
Yes, on camera, off camera.
One of my favorites is HG Locks. He's a rapper. I love working with him because sometimes like he always has a script. Everyone always has a script, okay? Everyone. There's lines written on a page.
I know where this is going.
And then, like, him and Ugly, you'll give them a script, they will memorize it and not say it.
That's the best actors. Because
they don't say
what
some
you're
of the
supposed to
lines.
say. Like.
They do, like, I can see
improvise.
what they're doing. Like, sometimes, like, that's why I like working with them. Sometimes they'll hit every line on the money, but then other times they'll just look at me and I already know, like, you know, let me just say I'm not even gonna waste my time. But I enjoy working with them too because not only are they both talented and they're really good with like memorizing the lines, but they also, you know, add like a little things. I'm not really great with slang or whatever happened, but you know, they improvise a little bit, but they know how to bring it out of them. Whoever I'm asking them to be or what I'm asking them to do in that moment, they can do it. And I just love that because
that's a good actor.
You gotta bring your character to life.
The give and pull. Because when you work with somebody that's talented like that, it makes you better. Right. You know, that's why sometimes when I do like some of the scam scenes, my dad is always like, "Can you stop doing these scenes? It doesn't lift you up as an actor. Doesn't challenge you." But Ugly, you know, HG Locks. Oh, and one of the new guys that's in Waymore Place and season 6 of Juicy, his name is Quan. That boy don't play. Like I know if he like keeps pushing, like he's definitely gonna be like, you know, in bigger productions. I mean, he might stay around with us too because we about to be big too. But he's very talented. I mean, that boy knows his lines in and out. No improvising. If you don't know your line, he gonna let you know where you missed it. You know, and that like I work with him and he kind of intimidated me once or so. I'm like, damn, hold on now. Cause you know when I write stuff, I know everyone's script in my head. So when it's time to perform mine, you know. But those are my top 3: Quan, HG Locks, Ugly.
So being that you like you said, you write the script, you know everybody's lines. Like after looking at it one time, after you've done it. Like
Well, yeah, because I wrote it, yeah. And I was just telling my professor because I had a midterm yesterday. I was telling her I can look at some things and I already know embryo, fetus, biometrum, endometrum, parametrum. You know, I know this stuff. Just looking at it.
She's got very vivid memory. That's good. Baby, don't ask me to test.
What's the best part about all of this for you?
The best part about it for me is the excitement from my cast members, the excitement and the enjoyment. And just giving other people like a platform to really like express themselves. That's the best part for me. When I know, like I always tell my dad, like, "Oh, come on, we have to film," because you know I care about the fans, but I care about the cast members. You know, because this is something fun for them. They're putting their time into it, and you know they're seeing their work or you know my work or whatever. But I just love seeing other people happy to be like a part of the show.
Y'all feed off each other's energies. That's good.
All right, we about to jump into this little game segment real quick. Little questions.
Oh, for me.
I'm late.
You're the guest.
Okay. Whatever. I don't know what was happening.
We got a few questions we gonna ask you.
Gotcha.
Start it up, Jeff.
Oh, my favorite question. What's a hairstyle we need to cancel this year? Cheap lace front wigs, straight back cornrows, baby hairs on adult people, or dreads on boys?
Dreads on boys for sure. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a cheap boy, bro.
She played herself twice. Like, I'm not a boy, I'm a grown ass man. That's one. Two, it's not dreads, it's locks. There's nothing dreadful about my hair. Come on.
Hey,
Come on.
whatever they are, cancel them.
No, really?
You not jacking the baby hairs?
First of all, I'm a baby hair bandit. Today, because my hair is pulled back, you can't really see them, but definitely, I feel like all the guys are getting dreads and I can't see.
I think cheap lace front wigs might take it into
That was my answer. That was my answer.
Really?
Let me tell you something, guys.
The cheap
being
ones?
transparent, right?
That's not a lace.
That's the joint that be up there cooking?
Do something real quick.
Yeah.
But the cheap lace fronts, I don't like how the girls lay them.
I'm gonna be clear here, and I am sometimes a lace front warrior myself, but we know it's a lace, so you don't have to.
It says cheap. It could be a lace and you can't tell.
There's no way to not tell. People don't have.
Yeah.
Bro.
Right.
But there's no way for you to hide that shit though.
True,
Like, even though you can
Right,
tell,
and you
yo,
can do a little
it's kind of helmet looking a little bit. Yeah, but.
I'm just
Don't
saying.
just slap your hat on them.
Me personally, I want the girlies to just do whatever they want, but I like girls to just wear
Live in yourself.
I'm
Live in your
I'm seeing that.
My dad has locked down his ankles, so I mean, I'm just saying. I hate it's the uprising of men that can't afford haircuts that are getting dreads that's bothering me.
Oh, but damn, but what about the ones that need
It costs a lot of money to keep your head done with your
So like she got a rain on the money. Y'all don't want to pay for
That's what it
haircuts.
is. That's it. Come on, let's be real here.
All right, here, somebody else put a question.
We're going out, Keith.
Let's do it. What's the first line to the song Tootsie Roll?
Oh, shit.
I have no idea.
There's
You know that song,
there's
right?
no options?
No, I gotta read the option.
Baby,
Yeah. It's a
That's
game.
fucked up. Or that's cheating. I'll read it. I'll read it. Cause this is easy. If you know the song, if you know.
But,
So we got. What's the first line to the song Tootsie Roll, right? So the first one is Cotton Candy Sweet and Low.
Mm-hmm.
Cotton Candy Sweet is gold. Cotton Candy Sweetie Gold. Cotton Candy Sweetish Gold.
Cotton candy, sweetie, go. I know a little bit.
Alright.
Got this. Which is not a character played by Donald Glover?
Who?
Donald Glover. This
Childish
is
Gambino.
Oh.
A. Aaron Marks. B. Childish Gambino. C. Lando Calrissian.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna get it wrong.
D. Simba.
Simba.
It's okay.
Nah.
It was B.
B. Childish Gambino.
But that's
Yes, but
bro, that's dumb though because he is Childish
That's what I'm
Gambino.
about to say,
This
that
shit is
is
retarded.
He's not, that's not a
That's a character. That's a character.
That's what he is.
That's his artist name.
His
That's not
real
a
name is
character.
Donald Glover,
And
right?
you're
So
okay.
Childish Gambino, Donald Glover is the
No
same
one
person.
else
Okay,
said
okay,
B.
okay.
Right? He also acts, but he goes by his regular name, Donald Glover. So they're saying which one of those is not a character he plays.
Is not?
I mean,
When you think about it,
That's why I
he's
said
playing
character.
a singer.
What was
Like
the right question?
The,
I mean, the right-
I don't know. That was
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that's
tricky.
not a character.
Yeah, that
It's
was
an
right.
artist.
So he plays Simba. I didn't know that.
In what?
That's what I'm saying. It says it's
the
not a character he plays.
The animated,
The
not
new
the
show.
animated, like the real life one.
You watched the
Lion
show,
Bird
Mark?
or something.
Yeah, but
She said,
I don't like that silly ass comedy. I don't like it. My roommate in college, bro, I would wake up in the middle of the night and then she would just be playing on DVD player all night, every night.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
I was gonna say,
That fucking
that
sounds
is
about
how
right.
it sounds.
It's 50-50, yeah. If I had to purposely put it on myself, no. But if it's playing, I'll watch it.
I'm kind of curious now. What kind of movies and shows are you into? Are you into the type of stuff that you write, or is like?
I like sci-fi stuff. I want to do a
Yes.
sci-fi movie as well, but I like sci-fi
I like
stuff,
that.
like
Yes.
dystopian. I like Law and Order, Blue Bloods. Wow, so cop shows and
I would say you went to
Yeah.
school for law the first time.
yeah, for criminal justice, yeah, the first time.
So that makes sense a little bit.
And sci-fi, I like comedy, but like dry comedy, like The Office or Superstore.
So you wouldn't. I
I love Superstore.
That shit is fine. I love Office too. Office not Superstore's fine. No, Superstore's hilarious.
I was gonna do a show like that. That's the one that Mario was supposed to be in.
I was gonna ask you wouldn't do a sitcom though? You wouldn't do
I was trying to do that, but my actors just weren't complying. So I'm thinking God probably just wanted me to give a little bit more time so I can find better actors, so I can really do that show. That's wasting so much money doing that.
He won't be late.
You saw my casting video. You saw my casting video.
You guys are lucky that my cast didn't come with me because they know I don't play around. Like I told them 2 p.m. then I told them 12:30, and I told them 2. They said, "All right, Zoe, you're doing too much." I said, "You're right," but they know when I say be somewhere at 2 p.m. They said, "Guess where they're at." At 1:30, parked up, looking for parking.
Listen. Again, I just want to announce my public apology. I'm gonna give you a public apology.
Hiccups happen.
Yes, okay. Things happen.
Yes.
But we got it done. That's the main
thing. Give the boy before me my Instagram. That's you can make this.
I thought you did that already.
I gave him the juicy. Why can I give him my real one?
You're supposed to give him. You're supposed to be player. Listen, Aiden, you heard it here first. You heard it here, man. Aiden, you heard it here first, man. She wanted to give you the real one. Next time,
his foot was halfway out the door. I didn't want to be like
excuse me, miss.
Be professional, but that's how you can make them.
Alright, we're gonna get into it, guys. We're gonna make it up. But this Martin Lawrence question about
you ain't ready for that.
Alright, he played different characters on the show.
Okay.
You need to be on
so how many characters did he play on the show?
Give her the options though.
Yeah, give me the options.
You got A 10, B 9, C 8, D 7.
What?
It's a lot of damn characters.
And this 2 next, I don't know. Maybe 10.
Here we go.
That guy.
I cheated.
I don't know, maybe 10. I wasn't gonna pull you up. She played it on 2. Cause I'm looking. She go maybe
I don't know. Like
I said no. I'm here for it though. Good stuff. We got it off with this one. Last one.
Yeah. All right. Well, this will be the last one.
I got a bonus.
It could be an opinionated one. Bonus question after.
Yeah.
Is that liquor or water? I'm confused.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Okay. In Love and Basketball, what does Quincy say to Monica after he wins their game before his wedding? A. Bye, Felicia. B. That's game. C. Double or nothing. Or D. I love you.
Double or nothing. And that's when I teared. I teared at that moment. I said, oh my God.
Double check to make sure. Like, that's the answer, right?
Yeah.
You said you had a bonus one.
Yes.
All right, so from season 6 going into season 7, if you had to kill off any character, who would it be?
That's not already killed off?
Yeah, that's not already killed off.
So you guys know that Nellie's dead, right? Is that confirmed? Is that clear to everybody or no?
Is that clear?
Is she? Like,
I was unsure,
so like,
but Nellie.
Nah, then I don't want that. No. I don't want that.
Is it clear?
From a fan's point of view,
yeah,
it would have to be Malachi, the one that killed Nellie.
Okay.
Because you lost me.
All right. You lost me.
Okay.
You lost me. Okay.
So, yeah.
That was the bonus.
We appreciate you though.
That was great. That was a great interview. I had a great time.
Yeah, I know. It seems so wonderful, right?
Let the people know.
Wasn't that bad? Thumbs up.
Let the people know what else you got coming out. Get the rest of you.
Yeah, your Instagram, your shows again, books. Promote yourself, yo.
Coming out to all that. No.
Okay, so he has all of my books that are available on Amazon under Zoe Taylor. My Instagram is Eat My Beauty.
We can all take one. Let's pass around so we can see a little.
Keeping Baddies on the budget.
You're not a baddie.
This is a favorite one, so.
Well, thank you. These are all my books. You can buy them on Amazon. I'm updating my website to add like merchandise, like clothes and stuff like that. But you can also add me on Instagram at Eat My Beauty. There's 2 Y's.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my gosh.
My bad. That wasn't on me, y'all. That wasn't on me.
I thought it was an Eat My Beauty. Whoa, my bad.
2 Y's in mine, 2 Y's in beauty. I'm also having a movie premiere for my new movie, Waymore Plays. It will be in the city. Tickets are $20 for the big movie premiere.
$10.
And Juicy season 7. $10 for no one.
Oh, my bad.
Juicy season 7 will be filmed in January and hopefully out in March.
Yes, sir.
Season 7, look out. It's a podcast created for all passion and entertainment. We
Peace
appreciate
out,
you.
yeah. What's the word?
What's up, y'all? It's Zoey from Juicy the Series. Shout out to What's the Word podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay?